Hey guys, so in honor of my doctor's appointment tomorrow, I'm going to be doing an entire breakdown of what's actually wrong with me. So if you guys don't know this from my TikTok account, I do have a brain tumor. So that's kind of what this video is going to be all about. So this issue actually started a long time ago, almost 10 years ago. Because I started growing body hair at a very young age. So I went to go get checked out and the doctor was like, no, it's puberty, it's normal, but I was 7 years old. So we took our answer and we left. Jumped forward to the summer of 2021, I got my first period. Around the same time, I had also started shaving, I was going through puberty, you know, all that stuff. Now for the most part, my period was normal. Up until my freshman year in high school, I started only getting my period every other month. So I googled it, and for the first 5 years of having your period, that can be very normal to happen, so I didn't think anything about it. But then I didn't get my period for 3 months. So I got it January 2025, which was my sophomore year, and then I didn't get it again until April. So in April, before I got my period again, I had my mom schedule a doctor's appointment. And oddly enough, I ended up getting my period the day of the appointment, literally right when I got home. I didn't really discover anything from this doctor's appointment. We were kind of just talking. And at the end of the appointment, she had me go do some blood tests. Now, one of these blood tests was for my prolactin levels. Prolactin is pretty much what helps the breast tissue develop. So a normal score is supposed to be 25, but I got a 27. So they had me go to a different hospital to do an MRI, and that is the worst fucking MRI I've ever done in my life. First of all, they had to put an IV thing in my arm, and I don't like watching the needle go in, so when she told me that she was gonna do it, I looked away. So then it kind of hurt more than a normal one would, but it really wasn't that bad, so I didn't say anything. But then she says, oh my god. And I said, what does oh my god mean? What? So I turned to look at my arm, she goes, nope, don't look. And I was like, what do you mean don't look? Is it bad? And she was like, it's a lot better than it looks. So I kept not looking because I was kind of scared. And then I see her throwing away a bunch of bloody towels. So I'm like, okay, wonderful, this is great. Now listen, at the time I didn't know that she was putting an IV in my arm. I thought she was giving me a shot or something. They didn't really explain it too well, so I kind of had no idea what was going on. But then when she was done, I looked over at my arm and saw the IV in my arm. So I was like, oh my god, this is scary, I don't like this. Then I had to walk into the other room where the MRI machine was. Now she said that the MRI would only take 30 minutes. It actually took me an hour because apparently they did 2 separate MRIs. For the first half hour I was laying there super bored, and before I went in they put these headphones on me so that they can speak to me when I'm in there. So after a half hour went by, she was like, you're doing great, we're halfway done. And I was like, halfway? I've been in here for what feels like a week. So anyway, she asked how I was doing and I was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm chilling. And she goes, okay, we're gonna turn on this machine now. This machine was connected to my arm, so it was gonna put stuff in me while the MRI was going. I don't really know what that was, to be honest. So she turns the machine on and I feel coldness on my arm, and I thought it was whatever that stuff was going into my veins, but also it felt so real and cold, and I was so confused. I was like, is this actually getting out of the tube and falling all over me? But I was too scared to say anything. So for the next half hour I kept quiet, and then the MRI was finally over and she comes in. By the way, there was another male doctor with us the entire time. So anyway, they both came back in the room and the lady goes, oh my gosh, we made a mess. And I said, what does that mean? Because I had this thing wrapped around my head and I had these headphones on, and so this other doctor was taking all the equipment off of me, so I didn't really understand what was going on. And so the lady doctor looks at the male doctor and is like, hey, can you grab me a bunch of gauze and a garbage? And I was like, oh my god, what now? And then I finally get that thing off my head so I can look normal and sit up straight, and I see her throwing a whole bunch of bloody gauze into the garbage. So the stuff that I felt on my arm was my own blood, because I get up and my jeans have blood stains on them. So moral of the story, don't do an MRI in the back of a fucking truck. Yeah, they took me to a truck that was outside of the hospital. Don't fucking do that. So I left, and I don't remember when it was after that, probably a few days. We got the results back from the MRI. Turns out the whole fucking time I had a brain tumor. So at the time I was like, oh my god, do I have cancer or something? How do I know how bad this is? I don't even know what's going on. So my tumor is on the pituitary gland in your brain, which is kind of where all the hormones are controlled, but it also happens to be very close to your eye. And in some cases, this specific tumor can cause people to go blind. So I had to go to the eye doctor to do an eye test, a vision test. Your girl's got 20/20 vision. I was all good. So yeah, then after I found out that I have a brain tumor, I had to go back and do some more blood tests. And to be honest, I was so fed up at that point, I didn't even care what the results were, so I don't really know what happened with those. But then we got an appointment with a specialist where I could either go to Fargo, North Dakota or Rochester, Minnesota, because apparently there's only a couple these specialists in each state, and they're really hard to meet with. So I went to Fargo because Fargo is only 3 hours away, whereas Rochester is 7 or 8 hours away. So this appointment was on July 2nd, so about a month ago, and this appointment was pretty much to explain what the tumor is and what it can do and what we need to do to treat it. So this guy is talking to me and my mom, and he's explaining to me how the prolactin test that I took that I scored a 27 on, it was so minor that they shouldn't have even brought it up to me. He said that he would have only been worried if my score was a 60. So I went through all the trouble to do an MRI and to find out that I have a brain tumor and everything for no reason, because he said that so many people have this brain tumor and it's so common and so many people just like live with it and it doesn't affect them. And he said that like having a surgery would just be a waste of money and a waste of time. He told me that it's not cancerous and it won't kill me, but very, very rarely it can become cancerous. So he did schedule another MRI for 6 months just to see if the tumor grows any. But then he had mentioned how it's weird that I have so many like symptoms, because most people with this tumor do not have any symptoms, but I have lots and lots of symptoms. So he starts asking me like other kinds of questions about my body, like about my period, how like my flow is, how often I get it, my body hair, you know, all the stuff that a young adult or a woman needs to deal with. And so he asked me this one question. He said, have an excessive amount or unwanted amount of body hair? And listen, I have had so many problems with shaving since like 5th grade, which is when I started shaving. And my problem was that my leg hair and my armpit hair was always so thick and it would grow back in literally just a couple days. And so I was telling him that, I was like, yeah, it grows back really fast, it's really thick, like the hair on my head is not thick at all, I have really thin hair, so like why is my body hair so thick? I've tried waxing, I've tried nair, I've tried shaving, like I don't know what to do anymore. So then he asked me, he was like, do you get hair in any other places such as your arms, your stomach, your back, your chest, anything? And I was like, yeah, I do. Now that you mention it, I kind of grow hair like everywhere. Like I have a line of hair by my belly button, I have hair on my lower back, I get hair on my nipples, I get these black hairs on my cheeks, and I get black hairs on my shoulders and my arms, and they grow so fast and so thick, and I've never known what they are. So we wrap up the appointment and he says, okay, I want you to do 4 more blood tests for me. So I go over to the other side of this clinic and I do 4 more blood tests. I don't really know the names of all these tests, but one of them I got a super high score. It was like hundreds over the regular amount. My second blood test was normal, and then my 3rd and 4th blood tests were also super high. So they're now trying to diagnose me with either PCOS or non-classic congenital adrenal hyperplasia, or they also said that it could be both. So I have another doctor's appointment with this specialist tomorrow, and we're gonna find out really what's wrong with me and how to treat it. But yeah, so I was worried for months that I was gonna die of a brain tumor, when really I shouldn't have even known about the tumor in the first place. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole medical journey so far. I will try to give an update in my next video because I'm so excited to finally find out what's wrong with me, because I don't really know a whole lot about PCOS or about the other thing that I might have, and I'm not sure if they're treatable or not, or if you need to take like pills every day or what. I'm just hoping that there's some way to make me a little bit better, because I actually have heard before that birth control is like a form of medication for PCOS. I definitely could be wrong and I'll probably find out tomorrow. But anyways, like I said, I will update you guys and let me know what other kind of videos you want to see from me next. Have a great day and thanks for watching. Bye guys.